Hello everyone, Dimple here welcoming you all to today's session on Android framework components. Today we will see some of the exciting commands which help us in learning the different input events. So how we can give input events through ADB. Through ADB shell, whatever I want to type on my mobile phone, I can just give that input through ADB shell and I can see the output being typed on my mobile phone. Today it will be a demo session and it will be very exciting, and you all will definitely be very happy learning new commands about ADB input events. So let's get started. So today we'll see shell commands to perform few of the key operations. Why this is essential? Because most of the Android developers and testers want to automate actions on Android devices, but it needs a separate setup to achieve it. So if you want to perform any automated test setup, okay, where you cannot manually enter all the data on your Android phone, where you are performing a series of test steps, that time you can actually put all this ADB commands in a batch file, run that batch file, and these commands will be running in a loop, so your testing process will be done. So ADB provides few inbuilt commands to perform these actions, and today I'll be covering two important commands. First one is ADB shell input. Okay, ADB shell input, that means I'm giving some input through my ADB shell and I can see that particular output on my Android phone. So this ADB shell input is calling the input.jar to process and send the key code from the Java layer of the Android framework. So it's basically using this input.jar file. And second thing, I'm sending the events, okay, through my ADB. You all will understand the difference between this ADB shell input and ADB send event when I go through the demo video. So ADB send event is actually a C code, okay. It sends the input code directly into the device input of Linux input subsystem. This device input is nothing but this path will be present inside your device itself. So I hope this will be clear. We'll cover two commands here, ADB shell input as well as ADB send event. You all will really understand this very well when I go through the demo. So let's go through the demo video. Here I have my command prompt and I have my device and I have my notepad where I have typed all the commands. I have connected my device to my command prompt. First command we'll be seeing is command to insert text. Okay, so ADB shell input and followed by the text I want to insert here. So here, before inserting the text, I need to open a notepad. Okay, some notepad where the text will be outputted. So I'm going to Chrome and then I'm typing my text here. I'm just typing here my text that I want to input into the Chrome. I'm just typing hi and give enter. So we can see hi is coming here as the output. Okay, but what if I give hi everyone, hi space everyone? We can see only hi will come. Whatever space is there, that is not being considered. So we have to use additional command to use the space %s. Okay, only if we input %s, then we can see the space in our output. So hi %s everyone, %s welcome, %s to today's session. Okay, now you all can see the output here in my device. Hi everyone, welcome to today's session. So these are the things I wanted to tell you all. So if we are using ADB command to input text, this is how we use. Next we'll see how to use ADB command for back button, and that time we are using key event. Okay, here we just gave text, but now we are not giving text. We have to use the keyword called key event, and key event for back button is number 4. So I'm just pressing enter and observe the output on my device. Always let your eyes be here because my output is seen here, and you can see that back button is enabled. Okay, it went to back screen. Next we'll see how to launch default browser using ADB. So default browser key event, and the key event value for default browser is 64. So let me enter that 64 and observe here default browser is launched. Next, how to press enter using the ADB. Okay, so before going to enter, let just me type something. And now the key event value, the key value for enter key is 66 defined in Android. So just input key event and I'm giving 66 and it's went to enter. So it's searching for the keyword that I particularly entered. Next, we'll see how to turn down the brightness level using ADB, right? So before that, let me show you all what is the brightness of my device. So brightness is currently this much. If I want to reduce the brightness, I have to use the key event value of 220. For every action, there will be this key event value. So observe the output on my device. The brightness is reduced here. Okay, next we'll see how to increase the brightness. To increase the brightness, we will need to use 221. So see the output. Once I give enter here in my command prompt, the brightness is increasing. So I'm reducing and increasing my brightness again and again. Okay. So this key event value, it will be a unique value for every action. And how to show the menu. Okay, so for example, in my Chrome application, let me go to Chrome. You can see the 3 dots here, right, in the top right corner. That menu will be displayed if I enter the key event as 82. These key events, you can get it online. Okay, for every process there will be a different key event. You all can get it online and you all can try it out. It's really very interesting and exciting, and you all can see the menu output here. Next we'll see how to input the numbers. So to input the numbers, we have to use ADB shell input key event. So key event 10 I'm giving. I can see 10 key event is equal to number 3. So 3 is outputted in my output. So if I give 15, I can see number 8 being output. Similarly, I can also input the alphabet values. For example, I'm giving input as a key event value as 29. It's outputting alphabet value equal to A. If I give 30, it will output alphabet value is equal to B. So as I already informed, first we saw how to enter the text, right? For that we have to use ADB shell input text followed by whatever text we want to enter. So this is for a text, but if we want to enter any key events like volume up, volume down, or if I want to reduce the brightness, if I want to go to home button, back button, if I want to search anything, menu button, if I want to open camera or my default browser, there are multiple actions, and for each of this action a unique key event is defined by Android. You all can see these key events are unique, and you all can get a list of these key events online through any Android documentation, and you all can try it out, different things. You all will really have fun. So this was one kind of output I wanted to show you all, where ADB shell input key event, we are injecting the key event through ADB and we can see the output in my device. Next, I actually wanted to show you all one more kind of output, that is ADB shell input tap. Okay, so this tap followed by x-axis, y-axis value. What does this do means, in our screen, the touch, wherever we touch, no, that is defined by x-axis and y-axis. So every touch will have its own x and y-axis values. Using this particular values, we can basically simulate the touch on our Android screen. That demo I just wanted to show y'all. So let me show y'all. So before showing that, let me show you all how to see. I'm telling x-axis, y-axis, where exactly to see that. Go to settings, developer options, scroll down. You get an option called pointer location. So scroll down, you can see your pointer location. That pointer location, by default it is disabled. Enable that pointer location. So once that pointer location is enabled, you all can see the top corner, x and y axis values. So wherever I'm pointing my cursor, that particular x and y axis will be displayed on the top. You all can see the x axis and y axis values are changing. So as I'm drawing something on my screen, those values are changing. This is nothing but it's the touch, okay, sensitivity of the device. So if I want to know the touch value of my settings, if I want to open my settings application, click there. Okay, so let me type this and keep ready. Input tab, I have to use tab. So if I want to open my settings application, you all can see x-axis value and y-axis value. X is something 90s and y is different. So that particular value, whatever I see here, I just give input in my command prompt here, and I can see if I enter here, my settings app will be opened. So wherever I want to touch, right, there keep the cursor, and whatever value you get, that particular value you actually enter. See here, for network and internet I'm doing the touch values. For network and internet I'm just giving enter. So my network and internet will be opened. So this was something, a new thing I just wanted to inform everyone, how to see the touch sensitivity, where exactly our touch cursor is placed. So you can do multiple actions using this. You all can use swipe actions, basically like simulating what we are doing. That's all. It's like we are just simulating our touch. So these things will be useful when we do automated testing process. So these were the commands we saw today, different commands. I hope everyone enjoyed today's session, where we saw different outputs, different commands. We actually saw how to insert text, how to insert the key events, and we saw how to enable the X and Y axis on my device, how to simulate the touch. It's like a real human is touching the device. That work is done by the ADB command. Okay, so how to simulate that touch interface we saw, and we can actually write all these commands in a bat file. Okay, and bat file is nothing but a file which will be run in the loop. Okay, and when we execute this batch file, this commands will be running in the loop, and if I want to test anything, automate anything, obviously I can automate. So that's all I had for today. I wanted to show you all how to give input through ADB, okay, key events input through ADB, and how to simulate the touch view. I hope this session was helpful and you all got an idea like how it's exactly done in the larger environments. See you all soon in my next session. Until then, everyone, take care. Bye. Signing off. Dip.